Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio. So today, we've got a really weird story to talk about, which basically involves a Pokemon company over in Japan apologizing for something that happened 13 years ago, and then putting some nice, lovely, clear scans up on their website. So, if you go over now to the card finder on the Pokemon website, pokemon-card.com, the official Japanese website, and incidentally, that is a really good card finder that gives you really, proper clear scans, which I absolutely adore. There are free cards over there, which can now be found over on that card finder, which, up until recently, for 13 years after their release, were unavailable. You couldn't find them, they weren't there. And we've got ourselves an Eevee, a Krogunk, and a Pachirisu. And at this stage, some of you might be looking at that and thinking, well, hang on a second, Wassy, those cards, and to be honest, those Pokemon look a little bit weird, and yes, they do. And the reason is, these are basically cards which tied in with the Pokemon Rumble video game. Now, this remains one of my kind of holy grails in terms of Pokemon TCG collecting. We'll get to all of that in a moment. But basically, Pokemon Rumble came out in Japan on July 2009, and it came out in English in December 2009. And it was all to do with the WiiWare game Pokemon Rumble, which now that the Pokemon Wii download store has gone away is a much more difficult game to find. But there are other versions of Pokemon Rumble which are far easier to find. Pokemon Rumble World on the 3DS, or Super Pokemon Rumble. And honestly, making this video now just makes me want to go and play Pokemon Rumble. And this is actually kind of annoying, because I desperately want to go play them now. But I'm in the middle of a work day, and I don't own the game, so I have to go and find them, and maybe that's something I can do at the weekend, when I've got a little bit more time. But the point is, they released all of these cards to coincide with Pokemon Rumble. There was a 16-card set. Except over in Japan. Because in addition to the 16-card set, there were 3 additional secret cards, shout out to Bulbapedia for reminding me about this, that were given out by a promotion in the Pokemon Daisuke Club, and they were your Pachirisu, your Krogunk, and your Eevee. Now, rumours are, and I don't think we'll ever get a particularly straight answer about this, but the rumours are, and this is what Bulbapedia are telling us, there were only 100 sets of all 3 cards distributed, and you will notice that they do have the Pokemon Daisuke Club logo on the card, as well as the Pokemon Rumble logo. So you can see there in the middle on the right, you've got the Pokemon Rumble card, or the logo, I should say, and then in the bottom left, you've got the Pokemon Daisuke Club logo. So these are super, super rare promos that are very hard to get hold of. If you somehow end up in possession of these cards, think yourself extremely lucky. They are crazy, crazy rare. I don't know what the value of these is, but you're talking many, 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 many thousands of pounds. They are ridiculous. And for that reason, they were never added on to the Pokemon card finder over in Japan. Because essentially, don't know whether it was an oversight or a deliberate decision, but essentially because those cards were so rare, because so few people had them, whatever the reason is, they just didn't end up on the card finder, they weren't there. Well, somebody over on Twitter, and I need to give credit where credit is due here, this comes from Moririn1121 over on Twitter, who did share the exchange with, Pokemon. They asked the question, Eevee of Rambu Pokemon Scramble X Pokemon card game is not on the list. Is it too rare to be banned? After reporting to the department in charge, we have revised it so that it can be confirmed by card search. I'm really sorry. Now, basically what that is, hey, where's this random Eevee, mate? Oh man, I forgot to put that on there. Sorry. It's alright, I fixed it now. That's essentially what that exchange was. And just for the record, right? Pokemon are a multi-billion-dollar company. They are extremely profitable, extremely successful. They have an awful lot of things going on for both TCG and other. And they actually just responded to somebody going, hey, there's a card missing from your card finder, and went, oh, sorry, we fixed it now. And actually, the question seemed to be about Eevee. And it seems to be they've actually gone, oh wait, well there's also Pachirisu and Krogunk. Let's go and whack those ones on there as well. So now they're all up there and they're available to be gotten. If you want to go and buy physical versions of these cards, like I've said, it is going to be ridiculous. But the 16 regular cards were released over here. And honestly, this remains one of my biggest Pokemon TCG regrets. And I have many regrets, right? Because I'm a big old Pokemon nerd, I've been for years. There are many things I've seen on the shelves in shops that I have, for one reason or another, not picked up and then regretted. This is the main one. Of all the things I've seen on shop shelves over the years and had a chance to pick up and not, this Pokemon Rumble set is probably number one. I saw this multiple times. I mean, I remember it really vividly in Forbidden Planet in Nottingham. And it was just sitting there on the shelves, and it was one of those things of like, oh, I might pick that up next time. I don't need it right now, maybe in the future. And unfortunately, in the future is, sorry. Now, if I go onto eBay right now, there is one listing I can see for a sealed set of Pokemon Rumble, and it is there right now for £800. Now, this is sealed. If you want to get an unsealed version, it can be a bit cheaper, unfortunately, and I would happily go for an unsealed version. If anybody's got one of these for trade, and they think we can work out a nice trade, please, please, please get in touch. I will dig through all of my best trades and see if we can figure something out. This is one of my grails. But my point is, getting the regular Pokemon Rumble set right now is very, very, very expensive. And even the individual cards, I mean, you can pick up some for not hideous amounts of money, but it really depends on which one you want. You know, a Diglett sold the other day for $15, as did the Bibarel, but you're going to be paying a lot more than that if you want the higher value cards, I think is fair to say. There were some really popular Pokemon in a Diglett and Bibarel, no offense, but if you look at the set, there is a Pikachu in the set, and there is a Mewtwo in the set, so I think it's fair to say that most people are going to be going towards those cards moreover. And it's awkward because if you're trying to build up a collection of Pokemon Rumble, you will end up in a weird situation where you can pick up some of the cards super cheap, and then you run into trouble. Hey-ho. And it is actually kind of interesting because Pokemon Rumble was a very different game. It was its own kind of self-contained game. It had the 16 cards, and the 16 cards are proper, like, legitimate Pokemon TCG cards, but it was also its own kind of thing where it was kind of its own self-contained game. There's an image on the screen here that shows kind of how it works a little bit, and it's a little bit weird and a little bit strange, and I just wish I'd picked this up and played it back in the day, honestly, because this would make me very, very happy indeed. But like I say, there were those free extra promos. As far as I am aware, and somebody please correct me about this in the comment section if I'm wrong, I don't believe that the Pachirisu, Krogunk, and Eevee were ever actually released outside of Japan. I believe they have remained Japan exclusive. So if you want to get them, you are looking for the Japanese versions, and like I say, we only actually saw 100 copies of each? That is not the kind of thing you're going to be able to pick up that easily, which is a little bit sad. So there we have it. One of the less usual stories you're likely to see. Turns out that Japan was missing 3 super rare, obscure promos from 13 years ago on their card finder, and rather than just ignoring an email from somebody asking them to put them on, they done went and fixed it. Which is so weird, but I absolutely adore that they did. This makes me very happy indeed. One day, this YouTube channel is going to explode. I'm sure of it. Okay, fine, I'm not actually sure of it. It probably won't. But in the unlikely event that this YouTube channel does ever explode and I become one of those, like, super rich YouTubers, there are certain things on the WOSI shopping list. And very high up on the list is Pokemon Rumble. Also, the Japanese Flareon VMAX, which was limited to 3,000 and given out by a lottery system over in Japan. You better believe that one is high on the list as well. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to know what you think about these cards. I want to know what you think about Pokemon Rumble. I want to know what your wish list for Pokemon TCG would look like if you suddenly became rich. So let me know in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at The Wazzy, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCG Radio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that good stuff, head on over to patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can do exactly that. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.